Quazi here. In today's video, I'm going to share with you one of the most powerful principles of reality creation that has completely changed not only my life, but every single client that I've ever worked with, every single person that I've met has in one way or another applied this one principle. And this is the mirror principle. Throughout this video, what I'm going to share with you is not only how the mirror principle works, I'm going to share with you 4 laws that you must understand to manifesting your dream life, 4 keys to unlock these 4 laws, and real life case studies of people and how they've used this law for themselves. Okay, this law allowed me to quit a soul-sucking corporate career that I was stuck in, not knowing what to do with my life, feeling stuck, going from that to starting up and doing something that I'm passionate about and being able to grow that to 7 figures and actually living my dream life. Okay, this video is probably going to be one of the most valuable videos that you see on YouTube, and it's probably going to be more valuable than some people's paid programs. I really want you to pay close attention to this, even save this video somewhere to revisit it, because there's a reason why I'm talking about the mirror principle. Without further delay, let's go right ahead and get started. So to begin with, let's understand what the fundamental idea of the mirror principle is. The fundamental idea of the mirror principle is our outer world is a reflection, okay? What we're seeing outside, or the material, everything around us, our current circumstances, it is a reflection that is formed by an image, and that image is our internal world. So I want you to remember this very crucial point. The outer world is merely a reflection formed by the image of, which is essentially another way of saying our internal world, okay? Why I truly believe this is the most powerful principle is every single guru or person who talks about the law of attraction, like even Neville Goddard, he talks about how reality is a mirror. And what we try to do is we try to manipulate this mirror. If we want to change the reflection we're seeing in the mirror, what most people do is they take this mirror, try to shatter it and manipulate it to change the image, instead of changing the image that we're presenting in front of the mirror. Okay, this is very crucial. We must not try to directly impact the reflection we're seeing through manipulation. We have to learn to indirectly change the reflection by presenting a different image to it. It's kind of like when you try to influence someone and you directly tell them, hey, don't do this. All they're going to do is just that, right? Instead, if you motivate them and inspire them and give them a good enough reason not to do something, explain to them, this could be detrimental to you, this might not help you out, you can do it, you're completely free to do it, nothing is stopping you from doing it, but it's not ultimately best for you, then they're more likely to listen and be influenced. So we need to learn how to influence our world indirectly. And there is no better time than right now, in the 21st century, the year 2022, to be doing this as 2023 approaches. Why? If you look around you right now, everyone is progressively getting focused more and more on the outer world. We have lost all of this, the inner technology that we once had access to. Everyone's focusing on the outer world, social media, technology, growing through external technology. We have lost inner technology. So someone who can really turn within at this moment in time will have an unfair advantage to the rest of the world. Now is the perfect time for you to become the best you and learn how to influence your world indirectly through internal technology. So without further delay, let's go straight into the 4 laws that will allow you to learn to bend reality to your will and create exactly what you want. And then we're going to move to the 4 keys that'll help you unlock these laws. And finally, we're going to get to the case studies to show you real life situations of people actually applying this. Okay, so now let's get to the 4 laws, 4 keys, and the case studies to helping you completely understand how this mirror principle works. And please stay to the very end, because I am saving the best for last in showing you how the mirror cycle works. That is going to change everything for you. So let's begin with law number 1. What you've got to understand is that the mirror of reality reflects 2 things: your relationship to yourself and to the world or the mirror itself. The mirror of reality reflects relationship to self and world. What do I mean by that? Well, if you look at yourself and you believe you are not good enough, then the mirror will simply reflect that. Oh, I'm not good enough. I can't do this because I'm not good enough. Oh, you're not good enough? Here you go. Here's more proof of where you're not good enough. So the reflection keeps forming on whatever you're confirming, okay? You keep telling yourself you're not good enough for something, the mirror will show you, the world will show you more reasons why you're not good enough. It simply compounds what you say. Similarly, whatever your worldview is, how you view the world. Oh, now is not the right time to start a business. Now is not the right time to become an entrepreneur. Now is not the right time to invest my money in this. Oh, it's not? Here you go. Here's more instances of why you shouldn't. Oh, look, recession. Oh, look, interest rates are rising, right? So the mirror will always reflect whatever it is you're holding true in your mind, both about your self-view and your worldview, your identity and your paradigm. Please remember this, one of the most crucial laws. Now the question becomes, how can we change this? Okay, how can we interrupt this pattern and consciously choose what we want? You've got to form your own identity and paradigm. And by paradigm, I mean how you view the world. And don't worry, I'm going to give you an example. To give you an example, how you form your identity, first of all, is simply by getting clear on what you want longer term. 10 years from now, ultimately, in that final picture, what's one picture that you can craft, that you see yourself doing an activity every single day, things that you own, that make your life a continual vacation? Now ask yourself, who am I being? What characteristics, what traits do I have when I am achieving, having, and doing all of those things? Very important. Next, what worldview do I have? What's my view of the world when I have all those? I just want you to take a moment right now to write those two things down. Form a self-view, how you view yourself. This could be a statement of, I am worthy, I'm good enough. Things come to me in abundance because I am this way, because I have this trait. Pick a couple of words to describe this trait. You could say, I have the touch of an alchemist. I have the touch of a maestro, whatever it could be. And I want you to read that every day. And also form a paradigm or a worldview, the way in which you view the world. The world is always taking care of me. Everything is always going my way. Everything is unfolding as it should. So form two statements. A statement about an identity, something that you want to embody every single day, and a statement about your worldview. As you keep saying this statement every single day and reminding yourself of it, prepare to see how your reflection, the reflection you're seeing, how your world begins to change right before your very eyes. This is something I've been doing for the past 4 years. And when I began, I was nervous about making YouTube videos. I couldn't imagine making this video right now. But here I am. My business depends on me making videos and talking to clients. But back then I was so shy and nervous, I didn't want to put myself out there, right? So I've become a completely different person. Even if you look back 3-4 years ago, what my first video looked like versus who I am and how I'm conducting myself now, it's a completely different me. And my worldview has allowed me to go from that place where I was stuck in that corporate career, believing that the job was the only way to go, there's no other way to make money and I'm trapped here forever, to believing that, wait a second, the world is completely abundant, things are coming to me in abundance. And that's exactly what's happening for me. Please do this exercise right now. It's going to completely change your life. Now let's get to key number 2. What you've got to understand is this reflection that we're seeing in our material world is formed with a delay. Why do I say that? Here's why. If you look around you right now, in our internal world, we can craft a picture immediately. Close our eyes and we look at the picture that we want to look at. That's how that dimension works. But this physical dimension, the third dimension, if you will, it works with a delay because of the inert quality of matter. Because of how gross matter is, it can't violate the laws of nature and just make everything manifest instantaneously. It takes a little bit of time. So this brings me to the next key, which is you must stay with the assumption that you've made for long enough until whatever you wanted manifests, okay? So what I mean by that is every identity and every paradigm that you have, stay with it for long enough until your goal shows itself. Who you pretend to be is who you'll become. If you're wanting to be a successful business owner, You begin with the identity of who would I be if I were a successful business owner? How would I act? Stay with it for long enough. An interesting phenomenon that occurs when people begin to experiment with this and kind of understand it is they start to see that their lives are going in waves. You begin with some assumption, you begin with some identity or paradigm, and you hope that your goal will manifest. But what starts to happen very quickly is it doesn't show up, reality takes some time to reflect it, it doesn't show up yet, and then your mood starts to deteriorate along with it. And so now, once your mood has gone to its lowest, all of a sudden your manifestation shows itself. But when it shows itself, now it starts to reflect your previous negative attitude with a delay. So now, whatever showed itself starts to deteriorate out back again because it's simply reflecting how you're feeling. In this way, there is a wave. There is this wave, this cycle that's happening in your life and you can't escape it. You have some highs and some lows and you can't be beyond it. So the key is you must always stay with the identity and the paradigm that you've created for yourself. And that's the best way you can make any sort of fundamental change happen in your life. Let's get to the next key, which I truly believe was one of the profound ones for me that I've been practicing every single day. Okay? What you have to understand is that the mirror of reality reflects not the nature of your thoughts, but the purified content of it. I'm going to explain what I mean in just a second. Think about it this way. If I keep expressing dissatisfaction, but there's a content to my dissatisfaction, I hate the dead-end job that I'm in. I hate my boss. I hate my spouse or partner. I hate the bills that I have. It doesn't reflect my hate. It just gives me the content of my hate. The mirror reflects the content of my hatred. I hate the bills. You'll get more bills. I hate my student loan. You'll get more student loan and more things happening that'll put you in debt. I hate my job. More things will come up in your job to literally piss you off. Okay? That's exactly how it happens. This is why the rich keep getting richer and the poor keep getting poorer, because the poor keep complaining about what they don't have and what they don't want, and it keeps reflecting what they don't have and what they don't want. Gives them more reason to confirm their worldview and their identity, whereas the rich, they're like, oh, I have this and I want this and I have this and I want this. So this is why the most successful people are always focused on what they want. Every single client that I've seen, they've become successful by focusing on what they have and what they want. Because when you do that, guess what? The mirror has no choice but to reflect more of what you have, more of what you want, and give it to you in abundance. So this is the fundamental difference between a scarcity and an abundance mindset. Simply looking at the glass as half full rather than half empty. So now the key to unlocking this law for yourself is simply to just focus on what is wanted and what you have. I want to share with you an example that is going to illuminate this for you a lot more. When I see a lot of people in corporate careers and they want to transition out because they feel burnt out in their jobs and they want to get into entrepreneurship, they have no clue what they want to do. They have a lack of clarity on their purpose. And what they do is they keep focusing on the lack of clarity. Oh, I don't know what I want to do. Oh, do I want to try this? Do I want to try that? And an example I like to give is if you were in the mailroom picking up a package and you maybe you knew that the package was there, maybe you didn't know, maybe you're confused, whatever. So you kind of half-heartedly search for it. But then you get a notification on your phone that the package has definitely been delivered by Amazon. Now your search takes on a whole new level of conviction. Once you get to that level of conviction, that level of clarity on what you want with your life, then the search that you have, the search the corporate people have, then they're able to fully make that transition. The only way to get to that is to stop looking at what you're not clear about and stop looking at what you don't have and begin to look at what you do have and what you do want. If you're an entrepreneur and you're stuck at a certain business level and you look at your business, you're like, why am I not making this much money? You're looking at someone else who's making that much money, makes you compare yourself to them. Why am I not at 6 figures? Why am I not at 20K a month? Doing that makes the mirror reflect more and more of, oh, you're not at 20K a month? Here's more reason to stay stuck at 5K, 10K a month or whatever it is you're doing in your business, right? So that's exactly how this mirror works. And don't get me wrong, sometimes it's easy for me to forget too, all of these things, but I need to remind myself that, hey, I'm focusing more on what I don't have and what I don't want. which will keep me stuck with what I don't have and what I don't want. In order to make any change happen, you've got to begin to shift your focus to what it is you do have in this very moment. All the clients that you have, all the progress that you've made, the beautiful family that you have, the things that you want in your life. So for the corporate people, and this is exactly what I did, I didn't know how I would get my financial freedom, right? The thing that would get me out of my corporate job. I simply looked at longer term. What is it that I want? What would make my life a vacation? Focusing on these, the identity and the paradigm that I need to have. What does that look like? What does it feel like? It can be a vague picture as long as you're focused on what you want. And when you do that, and when you keep focusing on what you want, the gap between your current life and your desired life, the gap starts to get filled up because you start to widen the limits of your comfort zone. For me, what happened was I had the idea to start making YouTube videos and I just followed it. Okay, this feels right, I'm gonna do it. Maybe somehow it'll lead me to that. Just keep making videos. I had no idea that I wanted to do coaching, right? For all I know, I thought I was gonna sell like notebooks and journals and planners or merch. I didn't know that coaching was it. But then one day, someone reached out to me for coaching and that completely changed my paradigm forever. But that only happened because I kept focusing on what I want and what I do have. Do you understand? This is very, very crucial. Okay? So that's key number 3. Now let's get to key number 4, last but not least, the mirror cycle. And this is going to change everything forever, because if you learn to manipulate this mirror cycle for yourself, you will no longer be so uncertain about what to do. You'll literally see reality changing right before your very eyes. Here I have this beautiful but empty diagram to demonstrate to you how this process of reality creation works. So for most people, what they're doing right now, okay, pay close attention to this. Where they begin is with an observation. They begin looking around them at the reflection that is already there. And this is ridiculous. Because please remember, the present is simply the delayed reflection of the past. So all of the delayed attitude that they had in the past, all of the complaints, all the shitty things that have happened in the past, all of the unconscious choices that were made, that's the present moment. So they look at present moment, bills, job I don't like, stuck at a revenue level, they observe it, and they use that to form their image or their attitude. So I'm gonna write image here. And by image, you know I mean the internal attitude, the thoughts and feelings that we present to the mirror. When they form the image, the mirror has no choice but to reflect it. And so it reflects and forms reality accordingly with the image reflection. And then they observe the reflection again, and then they keep staying stuck with this. So this is the vicious feedback loop most people are in. They look around them, they're like, oh, bills. Oh, job I don't like. This sucks. I hate this. I hate this job. I hate the bills. I hate all of it. I hate staying stuck here. I've been stuck here forever. Oh, you've been stuck here with this revenue level? You've been stuck here at this job? Here you go. Here's more stuckness. Here's more bills. Here's more of this current revenue level that you're at. Damn it, it keeps happening again and again. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. And then you try the different tactics and strategies. You try the business strategies. You try starting up a new drop shipping business, a new funnel or a new ad strategy, and nothing works, right? Like it clicks for a little bit, it gets you all excited, but then you fall back into this pattern because you can't make an internal change. There is no foundational change happening for you in terms of your worldview and your identity. So the way to do this is to reverse this process. For most people, they begin here. This is 1, this is 2, and this is 3. This is the cycle for the puppets. If you want to become a reality creator, this is how you reverse this cycle. And this is what I had to do. We begin here with the image that we'd like to form. We turn away from the reflections. We turn away from looking at our current reality because we begin to realize what's around us right now was merely formed from decisions made in the past. You have to realize this, or else nothing will change. If I want to form tomorrow, I choose today consciously. So we begin here with the image. And when we choose the image and we say, hey, this is what I want and this is what I have, the mirror has no choice but to begin reflecting it in little amounts. Little by little. Little changes will happen slowly with a delay. And then what we do now instead of observing is we confirm. We peek We simply peek into the mirror to look at, hey, what's working? Oh, this is working. Oh, look, that has happened. Oh, look, I wanted to be a confident person here. Look, people are receiving me much better. Oh, look, I wanted to improve this aspect of my business. It's improving. I wanted to improve this aspect of my golf game. It's improving. Your whole world could be breaking apart, but you only focus on the things that you'd like to confirm. The things that correspond with this worldview and identity that you've chosen to craft. And then you keep using that. And I swear, the more you keep doing this, it snowballs into something that is going to be beyond anything you've imagined. Like when I started off, I didn't want a 7-figure business. I didn't want any of this. I just wanted it to have freedom from my 9 to 5. And all I needed to do was earn $5K a month to be able to replace what I was getting paid in that dead-end engineering career. That's what I wanted. But now we're doing 6-figure months, which was completely blew my mind how all of this stuff works. So if you begin to use these principles, your life will completely change. I can promise you that. Okay, so now I want to share with you 3 case studies of clients of ours who have used these 4 laws of the mirror to completely and drastically change their lives. Let's begin with our client Tia. When Tia joined us, she was in 6-figure student loan debt, and she was working 2 full-time jobs, 80 hours a week, and in one of them, she couldn't even stand up to her boss because she was doing something she didn't like to do. So she was mainly struggling with a lack of confidence in herself and lack of clarity on how she would get out of it and how she would create what she wanted for herself. And she has kids, she has a husband, and she couldn't spend any time with her family. After we helped her operate through these 4 principles and shift her identity, get clear on what she wanted and only focus on that. Remember, law number 1 of the mirror laws. She now makes $40K a month with her own business 2 years later. And she gets to spend more time with her family, more time with her children, and she's very passionate and very happy about what she's doing instead of stuck in 2 dead-end jobs and feeling burned out. Take our client Louise, who has her own marketing business, and during the pandemic, her old job was deemed completely irrelevant and it was wiped out, so she transitioned out and tried to start it and grow her business, but she couldn't make it past the 6-figure mark. She was stuck around 10K a month. And what she was lacking was clarity and, as a result, confidence. She couldn't present her services with certainty. She didn't know where to get clients, and she didn't know who she really wanted to work with. After working together, after implementing the mirror principle, she now makes $30K a month doing what she wanted. And by the way, principle number 2 was very important to her because she was about to give up and she was completely done with it. And all of a sudden, just when she was giving up, boom, everything started to fall right into place because she eliminated all of the importance and all of the meaning that she had to whatever she wanted to do. Number 3, take our client Bastian. Bastian was an agency owner with his own digital marketing agency, and he was doing around 20K a month when he joined us. His biggest problem was the niche that he was working in. He was completely not passionate about it. He hated it, and he was just unclear about the direction he wanted to go in. And he also had a big case of self-doubt. When he presented his service and his offer, he wasn't confident in himself, in whether or not he would be able to get the result for his client because he wasn't confident and he wasn't clear around what he wanted for his life. After we helped him fix that, implement the mirror principles, he's doing over $500,000 a month now. He's completely changed as a person. And this mirror principle, learning how to observe and confirm the cycle, was super important to him. So look, now I have a very, very important question for you. Are you ready to take things to the next level? Are you sick and tired of sitting around waiting for something to happen? Are you ready to take matters into your own hands and stop seeking the next shiny object, but actually make a real profound foundational change in your reality by beginning with the internal world? If you are, then I have very good news for you, okay? We're gonna work with 2 types of people closely together with me so we can help you get the transformations that you've seen, applying the principles that you've seen. And it goes way deeper than what I've just shared with you, okay? So there's 2 types of people who there's opportunities for. Number 1, if you're a corporate professional, you feel burned out, and you know that the only way to get out of this dead-end job is through entrepreneurship. But you've tried your hand at entrepreneurship. You've tried the different business strategies, the business opportunities, but nothing's quite stuck. And you know that this is a clarity problem. You need clarity on your purpose. If that sounds like you, please go to realitycreator.com/apply. fill up this short application and schedule a free one-on-one consultation call with us, and we'll get on a call with you to see if you're a good fit for our program. Number two, you're an existing entrepreneur. You're at work for yourself. You may be an online business owner, a brick and mortar business owner, a trader, a realtor, whatever, right? And you are at work for yourself. You are responsible for your income and your family's income. And you find that you're stuck at a certain revenue level and you've been stuck there for a while and you just can't scale. You try the different strategies, shiny objects and tactics, but they don't work. And you know now that this is an internal perception and self-identity problem. And unless and until you change that, no change in the reflection will happen. If that sounds like you, please go to realitycreator.com/apply to see if we would be a good fit to work together. So once you apply and you schedule a call with us, 3 things will happen. You'll get on a call with our head coach or one of our other coaches who will discuss, number 1, your blind spots and help you identify them. 99% of the problem lies in not being able to find what our own blind spots are and not getting awareness on it. So we've gotten really, really good at this after working with over 1,000 clients, and we are very confident we can help you do the same. Number 2, you'll also get to discuss the program and any other details surrounding it and whether or not it's going to be a good fit for us to work together. And number 3, you are going to get a custom 12-month game plan that is tailored just for you. And this is all going to be completely free if you schedule it. Now, there is a caveat. Please do not schedule this call if you're just looking for a free coaching call. We literally take a whole soul and time to be able to see if someone is a good fit or not to be able to work with us. So we're only looking for people who are absolutely serious. And number 2, working with us is actually lifetime. This means we work with someone until we get them results. So we need to ensure that it's a right fit. So if this is something you're interested in, please just go to realitycreator.com/apply and I'll see you there right now, or you can click this button right here. Thanks.